10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Yabba Dabba Do is right because we made it to another Friday.
And you know what this is, don't you? It's starting at the fall season this weekend.
Yeah.
Can't you tell the weather's a little different?
Oh,
Could you beam me up, Scotty?
all right. There you go. Pod you up.
Yep.
All right.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
But yes, can't you tell that the humidity's down and the air's a little cooler, and
Yes.
we're going to get rain off and on all weekend, and high waves and 35 to 40 mile per hour winds?
Yep. Morning walks are wonderful.
Yes.
Yes. You enjoying yours? I know
Yeah.
I'm enjoying mine.
I
I
didn't-
got rained on this morning.
I did too.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to go because it was raining too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Yeah, that's all right. It's always tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
I will be out there tomorrow.
As my grandmother would say, sempre domani means always tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
How's Aunt Marie?
Good. Good. She's still kicking. She's doing great.
Well, she's now over 100.
She is. She's
You
got,
think she's going to make it to 101?
oh yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe 102.
could be.
Did you see where the oldest guy from World War II was 110? And
Yeah.
he was at the World War II Museum?
Yes.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was for Labor Day.
Isn't that amazing?
It was amazing. He didn't look a day older than 80.
Isn't that, well then, yeah.
It kind of looks all the same after that, doesn't it?
So before we forget, before we get too far along,
St. Monica's.
St. Monica's, yes, because we
Fish fry.
Yeah, this is only the third Friday, and yeah, I got my St. Monica's, which I'm so delighted for. Thank you so much, Debbie, because this is also Martin Bowl,
Right.
Night.
And you're here late.
and I'm stuck here till 10 o'clock. Well, I'm stuck, but I'm in studio till 10 o'clock. So
Is Mike announcing the game?
Mike and Lee Carroll. So we get Mike doing the play-by-play, Lee Carroll giving the color commentary. So it should be very, very good.
What does that mean, color commentary? We have to be politically correct here.
Color commentary? It's colorful information.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, so that's why I asked.
Oh God, hurts my head.
I thought maybe they were going to talk about the different colors of the uniforms
Oh
or
God,
going down the field.
Oh, she really is.
sports
one.
is not your thing, right?
Well,
Lucky thing you do good on the football pool.
I do halfway decent.
Yeah,
I hope I actually won for the first time last night.
good.
As far as I know, I didn't look, but I think the Jaguars won.
Okay.
And so, because the last 2 weeks, Thursday night was like, who I thought was going to win never won.
Yeah.
And then it just got worse as the weekends went on. So now I think we're all better on a good start.
Yeah.
I think everybody will pick up their pace here and get more winning games.
Good.
Go
Good.
Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. Are they a Florida team?
There was no Florida team when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
I'm old.
Do we have Gary in the house? Gary
We do.
Stone
And
Stone
from
Cipher
Mrs.
from
Peter.
Mrs. Peter's Smokehouse. He's in the house, and we've got some news about Mrs. Peters we want to tell our listeners about, right, Gary?
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
Which news would you like me to start
We
with?
talk about the freshly poured patio.
Oh, the freshly poured patio. Yes, it is freshly poured. It's just taking a little longer to get done. But once we're done, we'll have a canopy and a bar area.
Mhm.
We'll be serving.
So you've got a
fish.
beer and wine license now?
Oh, we've had that.
Oh,
Yeah.
because I know originally when Mrs. Peters had it, her husband had a bar in there.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we don't have a bar in there now, but there will be a place where it's really going to be a sort of a soft restaurant. It's more like having food delivered to you, but not being served.
Have you ever been to Little Jim's on the North Causeway? It's a little bait and tackle shop
No.
up there. Okay, well, their venue is you go there, they have a little music,
Yep.
but you serve yourself. You go in and you can tell them what you want and they'll bring it to you, but they have the beer and wine in little containers.
Yep.
And then you get up and you can pay for it and then you can go outside and sit on the little patio and drink and eat and be merry.
That's a little bit like what we're planning. I mean,
Okay.
we're gonna have a couple of high top tables. We're gonna have stools around the bar area. So you can actually sit there as if you were being served, but it's gonna be a little bit more of that type of presentation
that's
that you're
good.
talking about.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
very good. And the other big news is the Publix contract is expanding, right?
Well, it's not so much that, it's that we're just pushing out with them.
Yes.
And it's sort of I would view that as sort of the backbone of our commercial or wholesale strategy.
Mhm.
And then, when you get into a marketplace and the name gets recognized, because the recognition sort of falls off once you get outside of about a 25-mile radius of here. So I view that as a way to get the name out there. And then what we do is we also target the restaurants to carry our product either under our name or by private label.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's huge, and that'll be starting soon, right?
It should be, yes. And with the patio, it's really any week now. Once we get everything organized, we'll make an announcement. We'll begin serving smoked fish directly from the smoker, still hot. Really, it's the way to have it.
Right. And you were saying that because the two salmon servings that I like is the garlic and the spicy, and then you've added a new one, right? The honey
There's a honey glazed
glazed
salmon that literally it just melts in your mouth. It's fantastic.
They all melt in your mouth.
And they do, especially when they come right out of the
Smoker.
smoker.
Yeah.
They are still very juicy, and the taste is just, it really is unbelievable. It's hard to find a better taste in fish than when it comes right out of the smoker. And that's the whole purpose of being able to offer this
Mm-hmm.
at our sort of patio area.
Mm-hmm.
That would be good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hand this to Gary because this was in the food section today and he probably needs to read that.
Okay.
I do.
And
Since
it's
I'm
about
still-
how making homemade smoked salmon the original way, and it's from England.
Ah.
Oh, this is really helpful. I still consider myself a novice in the fish smoking world.
That's all right. Schmish is good. Smish, smash, taking it back.
I thank goodness I have somebody who is with me who is a trained chef and has been at this smoking for quite some time, and she is she's a real dynamo.
Good. Great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, you got to have a good team.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's all about it. If you have a good team, you go forward.
Yeah.
And one bad apple,
Oh yeah, we can't have that.
one negative person,
No
you have to
bad
get rid of.
I've got a rub I'll bring you. This is,
Sure.
So. So what are your hours of operation at Mrs. Peters?
Well, we open in the morning around 8:30, and we are closed by 6 p.m.
Okay. So anyone coming home from work, they have a chance
They
to
have a
still
window to get in
in
there.
it.
Yeah.
And what about weekends?
Oddly enough, I because of the technology, our point of sale software allows us to see, when the purchases take place throughout the day. And the interesting thing is that we get a whole chunk of sales done first thing in the morning.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not usually thinking about fish at 8:30, but some people are.
Yeah.
And then we get another bunch sort of early afternoon, and then another big jump right at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
People going home.
Yeah.
Right. And the
Or someone
weekend-
calls and said, "Oh, I'm coming over tonight," and they need an hors d'oeuvre.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And I got to imagine weekends with the football in the
Oh, I'm
fall.
sure.
It's got to be off the charts.
Yeah, Saturdays are our
Yeah.
busiest days, so they're
Yeah.
sort of
Good.
stocking up for things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, do people call ahead and order? So, if they want a pound, 2 pounds, so that they can make sure that it's there?
They do, yeah,
Good.
yeah. And then, but I would say the majority of our customer base that we serve, retail out of the store, are just walk-ins.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have your menu on the website?
We don't really have a menu yet.
But I mean, list all the fish dips and just the things that you carry.
Yeah, and we serve lunch sandwiches that are smoked pork and
So
brisket.
Right.
Very good. So if you're not a fish eater, you can still find something there that you might
Mhm.
like. That's not that I'm aware of. It's not on our website. Maybe
It should be.
Yeah, maybe it should be.
Because then they'll know what kind of, all the different kinds of dips you have.
Well, what we
You
do,
don't have to put an exact price because you'd have to change it all the time as the product, goes up in price as everything else goes up in price. But just,
No, we don't-
okay,
we
we
don't
can
have to
offer
raise
this, and smoked salmon fingers, and we can do turkey legs, or we can do briskets, and just give people a feel when they look on the website.
You're
True.
a
That's
new marketing director.
I think that's a great idea. You're hired. What we do on the website is we have a map of Florida with all the dots where you can actually purchase our dip, whether it be
That's good.
at a Publix or
That is
Winn-Dixie
great.
or at the various restaurants.
Now, do they get a discount a little bit cheaper than Publix when they come to you?
No, somebody caught me in the Publix over on Dixie Highway in Jensen Beach, and he basically asked me the question, and I didn't know the answer. But the answer is we're the same price in our store as we are at Publix.
All right.
So there is no discount. But we don't want to discount in front of our customers. So everybody's got to be on a level playing field.
Right, because, yeah.
Because everybody would come to us.
Yeah.
They're only half a mile down the road.
Right, but people are used to coming to Mrs. Peters.
Right.
So they think that, actually, when they see it for $10.95 at Publix, you think, when I went there last time, it was like $8.95.
Right.
Because you took the time to go to the actual place and
Sure.
go to the actual, establishment.
Right.
At Publix, they
Retail
figure
world. I know, but the retail wholesale world works a little bit differently than.
Yeah, we have to, when you mix the two. But there is some couponing that goes on.
All right.
And so some people do come in with coupons, and you can't get that discount at Publix, but you can at
Okay, and
Mrs.
do you
Peters.
have little cards like New England that if you come in 10 times and get 10 fish dips, you can get it now half price?
We haven't. But you're
Killing
now,
it.
guy, no, you're putting me on the spot now. I've only been there for 2.5 months.
I know that. That's just different
You gotta-
things that
you
are
gotta
going through
come
my
back.
head.
I'm still figuring out where you get staplers and do my basic
You're
daily
gonna come
work.
back and see Debbie again, aren't you?
That's great.
It's all well meant.
But it's a fun business. It's meant to be a fun place, and it's very relaxed. And I think the food's pretty good.
It is,
Without a doubt.
yes.
Yeah. And like you said,
It's always good,
It's
yes.
been a staple in our community. Everybody looks forward to Mrs. Peters.
Right.
And some catering, it would be available also out of Mrs. Peters, which is kind of nice that you can get.
You can
a lot
pick it
of
up,
those
you can,
products. Mhm.
you can order it, pick it up, and good to
You
go.
if you got a big party going on at home or at a nice party location, you can get all kinds of things on your to-do list, and it's all to done.
Right. That's right.
It's a way to go. That's
Well,
what-
I have to learn sort of Craig Worley's, radio presence. He had a very good radio presence and great joke telling and
yeah.
storytelling,
He was
and
a fun guy.
that's still something that
And so the storytelling, a lot of his storytelling revolved around customers that came in the door.
Yeah.
And some of the questions they would ask and some of the relationships he developed with those people. And the other part of it was he would always try to bring in his knowledge of beer products
Mhm.
into the conversation.
And you like wine.
I love wine, but
So-
I actually used to brew beer.
Okay.
My
Yeah, your family
in-laws
did.
own the brewing company in Belize,
Uh-huh.
and the Coca-Cola bottler. And I went down there to rescue the company because it was in financial distress. And so I worked with the family and, of course, my ex-wife, and she became the director of marketing there. And we did a major turnaround for the company, and it's been extremely successful. And they now brew beer for Jimmy Buffett. So that's their land shark.
Right,
brand.
right.
And they brew beer for Heineken as well, out of that particular brewery, as well as which they've done for quite some time. Is they have the license for Guinness. So
Okay.
the local beer brand is called Bellican, and then they have these others that they,
Yeah.
license to
Right.
to brew. So I did learn the brewing good.
So this is marvelous.
So there are
what a
some
great
parallels
There are
with,
some
with
crossover.
but I don't think I'm gonna.
But
I'm never gonna top his story time.
But you know what?
For
You're
sure.
not Craig Willie.
Yeah.
You're Gary, and so
I am.
you have to establish yourself as Gary.
That's right.
Yeah.
My own persona.
And that's great, and everybody will love you for that.
Yes.
For what you bring.
So
to
far,
the
I
table.
like it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, if Joe likes you, then.
Oh, you're top shelf.
It's a lot. It's
You're
a
a Crown
lot.
Royal.
I'm
You know.
feeling good.
It's a lot. All right. Well, a little segue here because we want to get all these little news things in because we want to spend some time with Joe. But Batman theme. Why am I playing the Batman theme?
Because it's Area 51 today.
No, no.
And everyone was going out to Area 51 this morning. Or the new Batman movie's coming out.
Well, Batman turns 80 years old today,
Really?
and bat signals will be all over the globe. You'll look for it on buildings all over the world. They're going to have the bat symbols.
Oh, okay.
So look for that everywhere, and that's kind of neat.
I didn't know you're a little batty.
Well, there it is. It all makes sense when you think about it, right?
Where's your bat shirt?
I don't have that shirt.
It's for Halloween. You could be Batman.
I could be. I'm Batman. Yeah, let's try that. So, referring to what you're talking about, here's the X-Files theme. So there's a little bit of story here on the Storm Area 51 event started out as a joke. Now it's a possible humanitarian disaster. The original Storm Area 51, they can't stop us, all of us. Page called for a raid on Area 51 to take place on Friday, September 20th at 3 a.m. local time. And so anyways, but the page creator, 21-year-old Matty Roberts of Bakersfield, California, maintains that he created the event purely as a joke, but it went viral in July and over 2 million people signed up.
And you know how many showed up?
No.
I saw that. I watched it this morning.
Okay, and
And somewhere the guy said, started out with 100. We may go up to 1,000, but that's about it. That the Facebook page with 2 million people, they're not showing up.
no. Because when they found out that they had to get probably a plane or train tickets, and what, we have to walk 15 miles? I don't think so.
Well, they had
Yeah.
tents up and they had
Sure.
vehicles there.
Yeah.
So, but you weren't getting in.
No.
But everyone had a little space man hat or a symbol
Mm.
or a balloon flying that looked like a little space, someone from outer space.
All
So
right.
if we're here, why not they be here?
Well, I suppose so. But anyways, I want to get those two items in, they're
Yep.
Kind of interesting. And of course, remind our listeners once again, there's still time to go over to St. Monica's to get your
Till 7,
till 7:00. And yeah, you don't want to be late like I was that 1 week
right?
because you get just
They get embarred. I shouldn't say embarred, but they get at 6 o'clock. They get a lot of people coming, and that's when
Right.
everything goes.
Right. So call your order in if you can ahead of time. That's ideal. They're on Central Avenue.
Exactly right.
Stuart. And tell them Deb and Frank sent you.
And they'll smile at you and say, "Who are they?"
Oh, no, they don't. You're a rock star over there. When I go in the door, they go, "Oh, you're the one that does the radio show with Debbie." I go, "Yes, that's me. That's right. I'm the one that does the radio." So you're the rock star. I'm just that guy. So it's
My radio husband.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, That's-
everyone knows that.
yes,
They have for years.
yes,
He has a wife, but I'm the radio wife.
yes. Everybody
Just
needs-
like Don Amici and
Yes.
Francis Lambert.
That's right. They were this stage husband and wife.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And we bicker like we're husbands and wives sometimes.
Sometimes, mostly we get along pretty
We
good.
do.
You worked with somebody for a while when Debbie can answer or finish my sentences.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
We, Oftentimes, you
That
already,
happens.
yeah, we don't have a script, and you already know what I'm gonna talk about before I even do it,
Mhm.
which is amazing.
Yep.
So, all right, well, we're gonna take our regulation timeout,
Okay,
and then when we come back, we're gonna visit with Joe Neeson. and
Yes, we are.
Learn about the Dirty River Jam. Right?
anything, Gary, you want to say anything before we close out?
Oh, gosh, you caught
You
me.
have a website,
I was reading about Scottish salmon.
a telephone number?
The telephone number is 772-334-2184.
Very good.
2184.
You never think about phone numbers.
Yeah, you don't call yourself up.
Logged into your cell phone.
Right.
So I had to think about it.
So think about calling Mrs. Peters, make it an order, pick it up,
Or
Yeah.
come by.
catering, or come by and have some lunch. And the patio will be done before we know it.
Absolutely, it's in progress, and I'm looking forward to getting over there and hanging out on the patio.
There you go.
Yes, indeed. All right, so stick with us. We've got much more.
You know you got historic place where you still got a 334 phone number. That's what we all had back in the day. We only needed to know that Stewart
Oh,
was
the last
Stewart
7
was
digits.
287 and Jensen was 334, and that was it.
Yeah.
When they added 286, it screwed everything up.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for all that media support.
You're welcome.
That's great.
So I'll be over there. I'll post it up on Facebook. I've got about 7,000 followers. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm one of the founders of the
I would
River
love
Warriors,
that.
so
Yeah.
I've got lots of people.
Yeah, when I first did it, everyone messaged me, really? That guy's gone? Someone else took over?
Well,
We'll be
it
back.
was heartbreaking when he died, though. He'd been sick for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
But still, he was such a great guy and so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for this.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was in the paper and I saw it and I said,
Yeah. Perfect.
Fortuitous, right? I'm gonna burn this next break too. Perfect. All right, here we go. Good. So we'll be back right on time.
That's because you're good at what you do, Frank. You're the
How long
man.
have you been doing this?
God, I don't know.
Since out of the womb.
See, yeah, right. Yeah, well, actually, I took radio in college, 72.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything with it because I needed, there's no money in radio. So I needed to actually get a life, get a business, get a living. So raise a family. So I did that. But my paint store was right next door to the studio. They moved the studio here after the hurricanes. Was it Francis and Jean? After Francis and Jean. So it would have been, what?
404.
0405.
Yeah. So the original studio, or the more recent studio, was in the St. Lucie Business Park on US 1.
Right.
And that got destroyed. And so there was space available here, and so they quick set up home here. And I said, you know what? We're fine here. We're just going to stay.
And you guys painted it. I drove right past it today. I'm like, didn't you guys like change
They
it?
changed the color of the building.
Yeah, I was going to go. I thought, man, I got to the end of the street and I was like,
But when I found out that the radio station was right next door to my paint store, I go, "Oh, this is pretty cool." So I would get up early, and I would hang out with the morning guys and do the morning show with them. Before you know it, they opened up the afternoon slot, and they go, "Hey, we got some time. Are you interested?" Before you know it,
You were in.
yeah. So
It's fun.
since the hurricanes, anyways.
All right, I'm not gonna be.
10 seconds.
I want to hear you, and then I'm gonna have to go.
you can go ahead and you can catch it on the radio, man. It's
Oh, that's
okay.
true. I can do that. You're right.
You're a busy
I'll get
guy,
the
I'm
rest of it,
sure.
but I'm gonna stay.
I appreciate
I'm
your
gonna stay
guidance,
for a few minutes.
but it's all good.
We're back.
Yeah.
Ha-ha, you thought we were gone. We were
No
just
way.
hiding around the corner.
Yeah, that's right.
But we're not hiding from the Dirty River Jam.
No.
We're not walking away from our lagoon. So we have Joe Neeson in the house,
Mhm.
and she is going to jam us up for October 4th, is it?
5th.
5th. Okay, 4th. And we're going to have a
Saturday.
4th on the 5th.
We're gonna have a fifth on the fourth. There you go.
And then we're gonna be in really bad shape
We'll
for
be
the
all-
fifth.
Yeah, I think so.
So tell us, Joe, what's going on?
Well, most people know that we've done 3 Dirty River Jams in 15, 16, and 17. We did them at Terra Firmata, and they were wildly successful. And they're always for environmentally conscious
Mhm.
organizations. And I wasn't going to do one. I was sick last year, so I didn't do one, and I swore I'd never do it again. But I had a bunch of people ask me
Never
about
does
it.
seem though, doesn't last very long in Stewart.
Not
you
in
know?
my lifetime
No,
for
no.
some reason.
Yeah.
So I decided to do that. Plus, we're starting something new and exciting in Jensen Beach called the Pineapple Field. And it's the empty lot right behind Taco Tiki, the old Kona's, and where the drive-thru was for Wachovia Bank.
Oh, okay.
And so it's part of the lease with Taco Tiki and Troy Pulley, who I love, who owns Taco Tiki and
Does he
Krabby's
own, I was
Oyster
gonna say,
Bar.
doesn't he own Krabby's?
Yeah, he owns Krabby's Oyster, which is fabulous, and the Goose, and also he bought the old Coconut down in Port Solano.
I love that
Yeah,
place
It's the oldest bar in
in the area.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
And when you look up dive bars,
When you look up
Bam.
derelicts, you can see that.
The stories that come out of the coconut.
Yeah,
I was just, I was there the day before the hurricane. Nothing was open but the coconut.
I drank there when I was like 16, so
Yeah.
I mean, the place has got some stories. It was
It does.
wild. Back in the big fishing days, it was like guys in white boots got in a lot of trouble with it.
You know, if they wanted to do one of those ghost stores, I think the coconut would, its mouth would keep be yapping.
Oh yeah, I would love to hear those walls talk. Anyway, back to the Friends of the Everglades Foundation, which is that's who's going to be getting all of our donations going forward. Because going back and forth, we've supported the River Kids and Indian River Keeper,
Yeah.
and various other organizations that support the water. But these guys, this is the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Foundation that has the Friends of the Everglades. It's been around for 50 years, and they do amazing work. And recently, and you guys that know me know that I'm a big proponent of bullsugar.org. That's doing great things right along with Represent US. I think these are the kids that are actually going to get corruption out of government eventually. Our guys are local, but Represent US, check them out. They're really on a similar plane. But Friends of the Everglades has teamed up with Bull Sugar Alliance, which is the not-for-profit arm of bullsugar.org. And they need money to be able to get out and educate people. They get involved in litigation and they loan their name to it, which is a very powerful name. You know, a lot of very powerful people have been part of this organization for years and years and years. And when the Friends of the Everglades talk about something, people pay attention. And recently, a couple of waterways have been declared like corporations wanted corporations to be treated like people with rights, and they got that passed a few years ago. But we're now trying to do the same thing for the water. We want our lagoon to have its own personality, which it does, and its own diversity, which it does, and now we want it to have its own rights. So part of the litigation going forward that I'm hoping the Friends of the Everglades are going to be part of, because they have such a strong voice, it's probably going to include those types of activities. So the things they do are very, very important. And you guys live here, and the water's been great. Thank you to all the changes that Congressman Mast and
huge,
Governor
huge.
DeSantis have made.
Right.
And the new South Florida Water Management District, the best thing that's happened to our waters for decades is cleaning house at South Florida Water Management District and starting over. We've got a very strong team now, that very well educated on the issues and very open to working together. All of a sudden, dialogues are opening up. People are not single-mindedly doing the
Throwing spears at one another.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gotten contentious because it's gotten to be life or death. I mean,
Right.
it's not funny anymore. You
No.
know, people are just, their fish are dying, dogs are dying, people are dying. And so it got contentious. And I think that we're getting a calmer voice. And the fact that we were able to keep the lake level down to 10.5 feet this year, and then had a storm event like we had, and then these back-to-back, the roaches that we got crawling all over the water now, are, we're able to not have to deal with toxic discharges because of South Florida Water Management District's ability to work with the Army Corps of Engineers and establish a lower lake level. And, it's worked out great for everybody. Everybody that needs water has water. The vegetation is growing back in the lake, which is naturally going to clean itself. So that's why we do
And the
this.
dam's not gonna break.
That's it. The dam's not going to break.
Right.
So that's why we do what we do, and then this is what we're going to be doing. On Saturday, October 5th, from noon until 11 p.m., we're going to have live music at the new Pineapple Field stage next to Taco Tiki. We have the Bryce Allen Band is our headliner. We've got fascinating types. We've got String Assassins, Johnny Depp Prestige, Brad Brock, Abby Owens, Jeff Barashanian, Victoria Lee, Stephen Hunt, St. Dante, The Little Things, 10K Hours, Michael LeBron, and we've got a great kids corner. That's my phone going off, guys. Sorry about that. And the Kids Corner this year, those of you who have been there know that we have Mr. Brian and the Bopettes, nationally known rock and roll puppet group that does a fantastic job. And they're going to have their own stage with keys to music, again, bringing the kids doing live rock and roll.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to have mermaid hair and face painting. And the TC Trash Art Ladies
Are they going to be there?
Yes, they are.
Oh,
It's going to be so much fun. And we're
Yeah.
going to have the dunk tank again this year. And Maggie Hertel is actually going to get up and come over and get the dunk tank.
get out of here.
Yep.
Oh my
I'm
God.
serious. Now that's some cojones right there, man. That's my girl. That's my girl. And so there's all kinds of stuff. We've got raffles. I mean, we've got like 4 days, 3 nights down at Captain Pips at Marathon with a boat rental and a snorkel trip. So you can go down to the Keys. We've got 3 days, 2 nights at the River Palms Cottages with a boat rental and all kinds of fun. I just picked up a staycation at the Old Colorado Inn.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's nice.
We got
That's
the
a
pineapple.
wonderful place, yeah.
And all the restaurants in Jensen Beach, we're not going to have food at this event because all the restaurants are going to be open throughout the event. And the restaurants that are going to be participating will have a sign out front that says welcome jammers, and they're going to be doing specific specials. As a matter of fact, if you'd like to get in on that, young man, we'd be happy to have you meet
Wow.
Mrs. Peters. And so what we'll do is,
I'll have to talk to you about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll send people around to the area to eat in it, to get cheaper drinks and get out of the sun a little bit and wait for their particular band. So people will be able to hang out all day and not spend a fortune. The event itself is free. Everything is free for the kids. We're going to be doing 50-50 raffles. We're going to be doing our Chinese auction. And we want people to spend as much money as they can afford to spend, but we want them to come and learn as much as they can learn.
Right.
And we want the people in Jensen Beach to have a chance to showcase what they're going to do. We're going to put a big welcome banner over where the arts part is, where all those little fancy cottages and all those very, very incredibly crazy talented people are. So that people will, walk across the street and take that extra step to go look around. There's so much more to Jensen Beach than, just mulligans and,
It's a beautiful art, yeah.
we got great stuff going on. So we're going to try to include everybody in that. And again, the hospital's involved in it. We've got some Kai Kai Farms gave us the stage. Taco Tiki is, of course, a big sponsor. Treasure Coast Entertainment. Starpoint Audio is doing our audio for free. That's Jonathan Mark, who is the guru of music for decades in this world. Code Rum is going to be doing a breakout that day. So they'll be having specials and tastings and selling their rum cakes. And so that'll be their first event moving into Jensen Beach time. So that's going to be fun for everybody. We've got fishing trips, we've got offshore fishing trips, we've got inshore fishing trips, we've got the Ohana Surf Bus is going to be there. I mean, it's just I have to sit here until tomorrow to tell you all the cool things we're going to be doing. So and the ROTC from Jensen Beach High School is going to be doing the presentation of the colors at 11:45 a.m., followed by Timber Sheffer singing the national anthem, and then at 5 o'clock we'll have the retiring of the flag and the colors, and we'll do the taps and we'll retire it then. And that'll kind of signal that now the music's going to get a little louder. Maybe it might be time to get your kids to go home. And the kids section will close at 5 at that point too. So it's it's something for everybody. It's free. It's a chance to get to talk to your neighbors about the issues that we have with water. And buy a nice T-shirt, dance, listen to some good music. I encourage everybody to come out at least for a little bit that day and come see us.
Sure,
Sure, we will.
absolutely. October 4th.
5th.
Fifth.
5th.
It's a Saturday, October 5th.
5th, okay. Very
Just
good.
keep thinking. You
It's
can
probably
take
the first Saturday in October.
There you go.
I'm guessing probably.
All right, you can't.
Because next week is the last weekend,
Right.
because it's the 28th on Saturday, and then we'll have, so it'll be the 5th the next weekend. So
Okay, so
so-
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from
And
tomorrow.
we still have time till like the middle of next week. All the big sponsorship places for the banners and all that, we've already got that crunched out. But if you want to make a cash donation, you can make the check directly to Friends of the Everglades. It's a tax deductible 501c3. And if you spend $250 or more, do it right away and get your name to me. And I'll be happy to put your name on our T-shirts, so you'll have a living legacy of this.
Nice.
So are your Chinese auction, are you looking for donations for that?
Yes, ma'am, we are. We would love for as much participation as we possibly can because we'll be making baskets. We've got some very talented ladies who will be making beautiful baskets out of all the goodies we get.
Okay, you have to stop in.
I'm definitely going to come get a haircut from Miss Debbie because that's always a very popular auction item.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah. Very good. So Chinese auction. I often wondered what that was. It's like little Chinese people get auctioned off, or how do you do
Actually,
that?
I think it's the fairest way because when you do other auctions, the people with the most money can get everything they want.
How does it work?
Well, what you do is you take all the products and prizes and you set them out where people can see them. And in front of them, you put a bucket.
Okay.
And you can buy, the tickets are going to be $1 for a ticket, an arm's length for 10, a leg's length for 20, and you can bring Shaq O'Neal's leg if you want to. We don't care. Bring whoever you want. We'll use your legs and arms.
Nice.
And so you can put, if you like one thing you really want, you can put all your tickets in that and increase your chances. Or if you want several things, you can spread your tickets out. You know, I'm not into gambling statistics, and I can't tell you how the odds increase or decrease based on how you do that.
Right.
But I think that way it gives everybody a chance, even if you've only got one ticket in, you've got as much chance as somebody to spend $50.
Yeah.
So it makes it fair and more fun. And of course, we'll be doing a couple of 50-50s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know how that works. Half the money goes to the
house,
charity, half goes to whoever
Yep.
does it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have people walking around, shaking everybody down for money. We'll have, young girls and hot guys and, and grandmothers and former Marines and, people
Nice.
There you
that
go.
That's
It's
great.
all about fun and all about raising money for our initiative here with the river.
yes, it is. It absolutely is.
Very good. And so this would be what the
Fourth.
This is the fourth one. This
fourth
is the fourth
annual.
one. Uh-huh.
Very good.
The original event that they did before the River Jam started was called River Palooza, and that's actually where it started out. And that was Darcy Flair and Michelle Ritchie, Megan. Megan, what's Megan's last name?
I don't know.
Brain fart. Anyway, they were Megan Remick, and they were the three that started the original one, and then I got on board with the second one that we started calling the Dirty River Jam,
Mm-hmm.
and I've just stayed with it ever since. I've just been kind of a fixture with it. Hopefully this will be the last one. Hopefully somebody's going to step up and learn how to do it. So I don't
Probably not a chance. So who do we know that can do us proud? Well, we got to give Joe a call.
Right.
So that's how that works.
Well, that's incentive to not do well.
That's
You need to have an assistant so they can learn what all you know in your little noggin up there.
Well, thank God there are some really strong younger people coming up. Toxic 18 group. I'm so proud.
Right.
I'm so proud of those kids. And Maggie Herchala's granddaughter is actually working with Friends of the Everglades in Bushwicker. So
Wow.
So we have, Alex Gillen, who's now the CEO of Friends of the Everglades, is an amazing young attorney that I'm just so proud of. And Allie Prescott, she's been with Bushwicker since almost day one. And they're smart and they're driven and they understand and they're willing to, they could be going somewhere and making so much more money, but they're working for a not-for-profit because they believe in what they're doing. So I've got great hope for the kids of the future.
Yeah.
And the river kids are stepping up. I mean, I was just saying the other day that this year on 9/11, the kids that are alive are 18.
Yeah.
That were born that year.
Yeah.
They can vote. They can vote.
Right.
And there's a whole bunch of them. So
Right.
so it's there's a chance for the future to actually be in the hands of the people who are going to have to live it, and I'm all for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is there a website or a phone number or anything who can contact you?
You can contact me directly because that's usually the best way to get things done. It's 772-209-1040, and that's my cell phone. But you just heard it ringing, so you know it works. Sorry about that, Debbie.
That's okay.
But we look forward to seeing everybody out there. Come on out and let the kids have a good time. Enjoy, the great hospitality of all of our wonderful businesses downtown. Take a chance on a raffle. Have a cold beverage at a discounted price because we'll have jammer specials all throughout town. And come hang out. It'll be a good time. Jensen Beach is a fun place.
Well, we got 2 weeks. If you feel like coming back the Friday before, Friday night prior, feel free to pop in and remind everybody we will remind everybody, but it's always good to have someone from the event come in.
Well, when Joe speaks, we listen.
That's true.
That's kind of how that works.
Uh-huh.
I'm the E.F. Hutton of WSTU.
I
Yes,
think
you
so.
But we gotta take a break.
Thanks, guys, so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
All
thank
right,
you.
you stick with us. We've got much more.
Well, thanks, guys. That was cool. Sorry about the phone. I thought I had turned it down. I walked in, I was doing it, but I guess I didn't do it.
I just turned mine off.
No, mine takes so long to fire back up. I have this ancient phone, and it just takes forever. And then I get in the car and I sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there and wait before I can put it on my auto thing and do all that. So it's a pain in the ass. All right, come see us. It's gonna be fun. I will come see you for a gift certificate.
Yes, but I have other things.
Oh, cool. I'll take other things.
I know you will.
We're in the shop most days, right?
Pardon me?
You're at the shop most days.
Automatically Tuesday through Friday.
Okay.
Mondays, it's a little iffy because I'm usually running errands in and out. So,
I will pop in at some point. I wish I could tell you when, but my life, in
are
plus,
you leaving this?
yeah, you'll find a place
Okay.
for it.
I will.
Yeah, always find a good place for it. Frank,
Thank you,
I
sir.
love you, baby.
All right, take
It's
care.
always good to
Thanks
see
for
you.
joining us.
Anytime.
Thanks, Joe.
Probably see you next Friday.
Good.
You will.
I look forward to it. So, good job. So the high school game of the week, we'll want to talk about that a little bit. And then we'll go into the activities.
Perfect. I thought we'd get more rain than we got today.
Yeah. It was just one of those days where it was,
It was all this morning.
well, it was off and on. I got rained on a couple, 2-3 times.
I got it early this morning when I couldn't walk, and then after that, I really didn't get, maybe like a
Just
drizzle.
Sprinkles now.
Yeah, and that was it.
That's because of the wind. When it's windy like that, you don't get those downpours. It's passing. It's always passing. So, anyways. Thirty seconds. Fifteen seconds. All right, 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's to get you motivated. The high school game of the week is tonight.
Wow. It's the big one.
It's a Martin Bowl.
Yes, it is.
And that'll be at South Fork. You better get on your horse and get there now.
Oh, yeah, it's going on 6 o'clock. What time does the game start?
Game starts at 7 and parking is limited. So you want to get out there. And the pregame show starts at 6:45. So keep it tuned to WSTU and we'll take you through the entire game right here on WSTU.
So that would be cool. You could tailgate, listen to WSTU,
Yes,
and hear the game.
absolutely.
Don't
Oh,
have to,
You won't miss a thing.
right?
And while you're in the stands, if you have headphones, just plug in your headphones and you can listen to the game while you are watching it.
Right.
That
A lot of
is-
people do that.
That is so cool.
A lot of people do that.
That's an outstanding opportunity, and take advantage of the technology. You know, it's there.
So who is cited to win tonight?
Uh,
Is there,
it'll either be South Fork or Martin.
that I know, but I mean, which team
No,
are
I
they?
don't think there's a favorite, right?
No?
Although I will tell you, South Fork has got a good team this year,
Okay.
so it will be a game.
And
I will
and
promise.
people play harder at home.
I will promise you, the listeners, that it will be a good game.
Okay.
And the Martin Bowl is always a very competitive game.
Now, when it comes to halftime, do you air the halftime show, or do they go break for?
We have our own halftime show. What we do, Mike Thomas gives you the highlights of the
First half?
first half, and also all the other games that are going on in the area. You get to hear about what's going on with all those
okay.
teams. So that's pretty good. And then with Mike and Lee Carroll will both discuss the game, and they'll talk about the teams and where the strengths and weaknesses are. So you will be a more informed football viewer and or listener when you listen to the show. So it's pretty good.
Well, that's good.
The high school game of the week.
And there'll be a lot of scouts out there, I bet,
Oh yeah, you can count on
in
that.
all these games
You
to
betcha.
pick up the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so what do you have planned for the weekend?
Yeah, I'm trying to get some projects done. A friend of mine gave me pieces of this cabinet and that got messed up. That he wants to fix the doors on. He doesn't want to buy new cabinet doors, so I have to try to
Oh,
clean them up and make.
are
them
they usable?
Well, it's just the finish has got
Oh.
scarred. So I'm just gonna dress them up again and see if they can make them look right.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be kind of a fun. I want to get that done all this weekend. So I got that. I got some patching work to do in my hall closet, the ceiling. So
Oh, is it all fixed?
the attic space has been repaired and cleaned and all that. So
And
now
new
insulation.
insulation?
Mhm, mhm.
Good,
Yep. So we be insulated.
good.
Yes.
Now, people next door can't hear you.
No, that's right. My next door neighbor, Earl, said he's always disappointed. He can never hear what's going on. I said, good, I like it that way.
Yeah.
But that's what it is in these condo associations. Everybody,
Did they ever fix that condo yet that was burned?
no,
It's still the same way?
pretty much. Been cleaned up a lot.
Has it?
Yeah.
But how long is it gonna take? It's been, what, 2 years now?
They finally got the contract let, and so that's a big part of it.
Okay.
Contract's been let, so.
Where are all these people?
Some of them
Living.
have, the condo down here for some of the residents is their second home. So it's not critical to them.
Well, but
And
they
then-
can't come down and visit.
Correct. Some of them, or they can, they just have to rent another place to be. So some of them are doing that,
Okay.
and some of them are living with other friends and neighbors like that. So it's just kind of different people have different results. So it's kind of interesting.
Mhm. It is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully the building will get put up within the year. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we hope.
Do you know that it's Museum Day tomorrow?
No. do
It's
tell.
Smithsonian Magazine's 15th annual Museum Day, and it features free admission.
Okay.
And what you have to do is go on smithsonian.com/museum day
Mhm.
and download. You get 2 tickets for 2 adults, one for each adult.
Okay.
And all the museums in the area, which start at Vero Beach Museum of Art,
Yeah.
is participating. The
Mhm.
Children's Museum of Indian Riverside Park,
Yeah.
the Elliott Museum, House of Refuge, Manatee Observation and Education in Fort Pierce, the Ocean Conservatory International Coastal, that's a different one.
Conservatory.
Conservatory International Coastal Cleanup is also tomorrow. It's
Okay.
been going on for 30 years. I thought they had more
That's
museums.
a long cleanup.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's ongoing all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. In Indian River County, the 5th annual Vero Beach Pirate and Caribbean Fest is 2 to 6 on Friday,
That should be fun.
10 to 6:30 Saturday,
So-
and 10 to 4 on Sunday at Riverside Park. That should be fun.
Yes.
And dress like a pirate.
Arr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was what was it yesterday was Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we got the Humane Society of the Treasures Coast 3rd annual Kitty Catalina Wine Mixer, which is 6 to 8 p.m. tonight at Layton Farms Avenue in Palm City. The cat adoption fees are waived during the event, which features wine from Florida vineyards and Napa Valley, light bites, cat basket raffles, and live music.
Nice.
Calgees, it's their second annual anniversary party from 5 to 11 tonight, and it's the Great Gatsby theme party includes live jazz music and free samples of new cocktails.
Nice. Very good.
O's Gourmet French Bistro and Catering has Arabian Nights starting at 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Mhm.
That's on Denver Avenue. The event includes belly dancing, music, and special Arabic menu items.
Ah.
That might be
Okay.
good.
All right.
The Seoul Art Society of Art Expo is 5 to 8 Saturday at UBS Financial Services at 712 Southeast Ocean Boulevard in Stewart. The
Mhm.
Fine Art Show features the works of 9 artists, including painting, sculptures, photography, media, and mixed media.
Hmm.
Plus, there are light refreshments.
Okay.
So,
Very
we got St. Lucie County 3rd Annual Brews and Cruise Car Show, which was postponed because of Hurricane Dorian.
Right.
It's noon to 4 p.m. tomorrow at the Isla Morada Beer Company on St. Lucie Boulevard.
That should be lots of fun.
That should be.
Car shows are always a lot of fun.
The Southern Things for Little Wings Craft Show in memory of Hawk Buckmeyer is 9 to 4 tomorrow and Sunday at the St. Lucie County Fairgrounds.
Wow.
Studio closing sale at Swig of Colors is 1 to 8 p.m. tonight, Friday, and 10 to 4 Saturday, and that's on North 2nd Street in Fort Pierce.
See, I could tell you're from Pittsburgh because you said the word Kellers instead of colors.
That's the way you say it.
No, it's colors.
It's Keller. You come from Detroit, and I come from Pittsburgh. That's okay. You can correct me.
No, I'm not correcting. I'm just saying I could hear the difference.
Yeah, it's from where you are. It's the dialect and the slang and that you use.
It's the sound, different sound.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Fall Equinox Drum Circle is 7 to 9 Sunday at Savannah's Preserve State Park on Walton Road in Port St. Lucie.
Mhm.
That should be fun.
Yes,
So, and if you're bored,
it's your own
all
darn
the
fault.
parks are open.
Yeah.
And it's your fault because there's lots to do.
Right.
We got things going on, music all around town, which is not enough time to tell everybody, but StewartNightlife.com or Treasure Coast Nightlife and get the rundown.
Okay.
Another week.
Or call Debbie. She'll tell you where to go.
I will tell you where to
I love it. All
go.
right.
Okay. Enjoy. Have a great weekend, everyone. Ciao for now.
All right. I couldn't help myself.
That's okay.
Part of having fun.